Hey everyone, welcome to Sundance 2025. I'm Christian Blauvelt, the digital director of IndieWire. I got to tell you, this is my favorite movie of Sundance this year that I've seen. By design, there is nothing else quite like it. We're so lucky to be here with the cast and filmmaker Samantha Mathis, the filmmaker Amanda Kramer, Juliette Lewis, Mamoudou Athie, and Robin Tunney. Yeah. Welcome, everyone.
Thanks so much for having us.
Oh my God. Seriously, so to describe this film, it's like, Juliette, your character is going to, the film starts, she's at a furniture store with her friends, played by Samantha and Robin. She sees a chair. She just is besotted by its form, its materials. It's the most beautiful chair. It casts a spell. And then something really remarkable happens. Juliette, what happens then?
She wants to become. She wants to inhabit an inanimate object. I commend you for trying to explain the movie, because I can't. I connect with it on an emotional level, and it's sort of someone who needs and wants to disappear from themselves to fully be found or fully come alive. And she feels so alive to be wanted and desired by being this object. Yeah, it really resonated with me. And she's the writer as well.
Yeah, I mean, Amanda, where did this idea come from? This is so singular. The idea that ultimately Juliette's character, her soul does enter the chair and is linked with it and becomes the chair.
Well, I'm a really big fan of body swap movies. I've loved them my whole life, and there are some incredible body swap movies. But mostly people swap bodies with each other. Why would I do that? It's been done. I think about envy, and I think about jealousy. I think about who we might want to be, why we might want to be them, it. And I travel that idea to its final destination, because that is how I write scripts. It's like, what is the thought? Where can the thought go? How much further can it go? Can a person swap bodies with this gorgeous arrangement? And I love furniture. I actually read somewhere once that Brad Pitt buys many single chairs. He is a collector of many single chairs. I have nothing to say about that. From a soulful place, we will make our own assumptions, but I love the idea of a person who is like, I'm going to spend my money on beautiful single chairs. Because why not? I would love to be a person who buys chairs. And when you start thinking like that, you're like, I would love to be a person who is a chair. Maybe I could write something beautiful about a woman who becomes a chair.
Well, I love that the log line that I think Sundance actually put forth was that Juliette's character becomes the chair, her soul goes into the chair, and she finds that she is actually more popular as the chair.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, Julia, what do you think about that, about what's being said there?
Well, the whole piece, every element of it was an expression of this theme, and so much happens around her, the more nothing she is. And I loved this idea, because we've all been guilty of it, of projecting ourselves on another, our own pain or ecstasy or whatever, and being sort of the center of our own universe. And there's a lot of that in the movie.
I'd also thought about it sort of feels like an allegory for social media. You put up a post and you think you've connected with people and they're like writing stuff and you're like, I saw that person, where you've had zero connection. You have no idea what's going on in that person's life. For all you know, they're a chair.
They might as well be.
They might as well be. Yeah, they might as well be.
And Mamoudou, I mean, your character has a very unique relationship with the chair and senses, Juliette's character's soul in the chair, I think, to an extent. And there's, what we said, there's kind of like a romance that develops in a way. Is that how? Is that how
a question?
Yeah, it's pretty clear.
Yeah.
It's a love story.
It is a love story. Well, I mean, it's how would you describe it?
I think about Olivier, and I just, the first thing that I think of is desperation and longing. I think he's lost, or at least you find him in a period of his life where he's lost. He's unable to commit to anything. He's not fully committed to any kind of career or, you know, his girlfriend or, you know, his life even, and he's just lost, and he sees or feels something with this chair. Just, I wouldn't even say gradually. Within that first scene, he's like, no, this is the love of my life. So yeah, I don't know. It wasn't. I don't have anything really like hyper intelligent to say about it because I think it's actually quite simple. Yeah. I think he sees something that he just falls in love with, and he's like, I have something to devote to, and that's it. Yeah.
That's the thing that's so interesting is that, you know, this is a film that everyone's going to try to interpret and decode and everything, but I think it is actually very simple in a lot of ways.
It's like the Jerry Maguire line, the chair completes him.
That's right. That's exactly right. Well, Samantha and Robin, you know, your characters are friends or sort of frenemies, perhaps, of Juliette's character. And, you know, you're with her from the beginning when she's in the furniture store, and Juliette's character, you know, basically saves up just to have lunch with your characters. And how would you, is this a hostile relationship? Is this
I mean, I think of us a little bit like the evil stepsisters. I mean, we're friends, but we're sort of frenemies. They're not the most loving, compassionate people, although they stick with her to the very end, and they are there for her at the when it all comes to a head.
That's absolutely
I
true.
only had one question for Amanda, and it was killing me. Like, I was like, I'm in. Samantha Mathis, Juliette Lewis, you. Like, I watched her movies, but I was like, I have one question. Why don't I buy her the chair?
Yeah.
Like, I was so confused by it. I was like, I would buy my friend that chair.
But you're Robin. You're kind and loving Robin.
Like, I wanted to buy her the chair.
The thing is what's so interesting about those relationships to me is that they have money. They are friends with money, which is a thing, and they could buy anything in the showroom, but they also never buy. It's the flip side of the same idea. She can never buy because she doesn't have the money. They never buy because they could have anything. What does it matter? And the relationship between buying is so, like, I could buy it for my house. Oh yes, of course, you could buy it for your house, but we don't. Because who cares? I have many things, maybe I buy it, maybe I don't. It's so flippant. And to Juliette, who has nothing, she has no money, Camille has no money, it's like the focus on the one thing that she might want. And potentially, maybe, Lisa and Irene are like, how could you care so much? We see things all the time. We could have things all the time. I personally have some friends with money. And they're wonderful and loving, and they buy me lunch and things like this, but they also sometimes are like, we don't care about that ski vacation, do we? And I'm like, no. No, we don't want to go on that thing at all. You know?
This luxury vacation, no, who wants that?
It seems hard, and I'm like, it seems very hard. So I do understand that, like, that lovingness, it's not a lording over with money, but it is a kind of, aren't we all in the same situation?
I have to say, like, the only other film or TV show that I've ever seen that, you know, has something where someone's soul is transferred into a piece of furniture is Twin Peaks, where Joan Chen's soul ends up in a doorknob. Actually, Joan Chen is going to be in our studio for the wedding banquet in a couple of days. So we have two connections to this theme here in the next few days. But I'm curious, what were some of your inspirations for your influences when coming up with this?
Oh, I mean, I watched many body swap films just to check out my enemies, like who has done it wrong, you know? My enemies, my body swap director enemies. No, I mean, I gravitate just to big performance. So when I gear up to work with actors, I watch the same things. I'm a huge fan of the film Without You. I'm Nothing. It's a Sandra Bernhardt one-woman show of insanity, and it is the most epic. And when you watch an actor do that, you think to yourself, if my actors want to go anywhere near this, if they want to be anything like this, I will be so blessed. And I put myself in that mindset. And then, of course, naturally, I got these four and I got everything I could have wanted. But I just like to watch performances before I direct, just my favorite performances. Gina Rollins always makes the list. Those performances are just, they're guileless and unafraid.
Wow. Well, no, that's the thing. There is such vulnerability that comes across in your performances. And, I think that this is a movie that, exists on such a particular wavelength that if you groove with it, like I certainly did, you will remember it forever. So I can't wait for more people to see it. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having us.